Hello fellow YouTubers, once again. Today I'm doing basically a tone review of this. This is the LTD, the ESP LTD EC-1000. It's black with gold hardware, as you can see. It's got the Tone Pro System 2 locking bridge, and basically the good thing about these are you got these little set screws, and it locks the hardware to the body so you get better sustain, better notes, and just overall better playability. No rattling at all. The only thing that rattles are my strap locks, because I don't put them on my strap because I use my strap for multiple guitars. Especially, I could keep them on my strap if this one wasn't so weird when it comes. This is the other one. It's the Kerry King limited edition Beast V. But first, let's start with this one, and then we'll move to that one. My line is a Morley Bad Horsie 2, which, quick thing I want to show about it works with LEDs and light dependent resistors. Basically, it doesn't work, it has no switch on or off. It's on when you press it, it's off when you let go. So everybody knows when you play guitar, potentiometers do not last forever because they work off friction. And in time, the more you use it, it'll start sounding scratchy because two parts are physically having to touch. There's no parts in this. I've actually taken it apart because there's a little electronic, I'm just going to call it a doodad, because I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know electronic parts, but you can set the time of when you turn it on, when you let go of it. You can, with mine, I've got it no delay of it when it comes on. This is not only, this is Steve Vai's, but it also has the contour setting, which I turn mine all the way up so I can get the highest frequencies. So it's basically two wah pedals in one. You can create your own sound or go with Steve Vai's. I usually use my own, but when I'm playing in clean mode, I have to use Steve Vai's because it actually sort of works as a boost feature. Okay, back to the EC-1000. It has the EMG James Hetfield headset, which it does not come with it. The cool things about EMG'S are I did not have to get into the back cavity to wire these in. I did not wire these in. With these, if a guitar comes stock with the EMG'S, all you do is take off the plate, remove the plate from the pickup, and then the pickup is connected. The coil split has 5 connectors. Regular EMG'S has 3. So there's simply a little wire that you just unplug and then plug into the new EMG'S. Very simple installation. I probably should have done a video on that to show how easy it is, but it was so easy, you really don't need a video. You unplug the old ones, plug in the new ones. That's it. But it has the metal finish, and it sort of looks like the Les Paul PAFs, but they are active. I have actives in every one of my guitars, the EMG actives. The 81, 85, 89, 60. But that's that one, and we're just going to do a quick tone test. And my loop, as I said, is first the Bad Horsie 2, which has a contour wah, then my RG-13, which is solid state. which gives me the ability, instead of the tube overdrive, which comes with my tube amp, I can get the searing high gain of, say, Dimebag Darrell, Metallica, James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, Slash, especially with this pedal, because a lot of people don't know it. He actually uses a distortion wah pedal where you can control the amount of distortion with the pedal itself. And then after the RG13, which is also a amplifier and a DI box, you can connect it directly to your computer, or you can connect it directly to a cab, and it's 1.7 watts. Not much, but it's enough to power my cab. Mine's the Randall RG 4x12 with 4 Celestians. I believe it's either the vintage 30s or the 70-80s. They're going to get replaced with Eminence. RTS series, I believe it is. It's the ones where you can actually dial back the amount of sound that they produce, so you can turn your amplifier up, and you can run your amplifier at a higher volume, pushing the tubes harder so it actually sounds better. And that's good for me because I live in an apartment complex, and I like to push my amp to get closer to the top of the headroom, which is where the best sound is. But with the DL8, the hardwire DL8 delay and looper, you get the half second, their version of the half second from, I think it's 200 milliseconds to a half a second to 1 second, 1 second to 2 seconds, 2 seconds to 8 seconds, reverse. So every note or string you hit, it will play the reverse of that. Modulated, which basically gives you a chorus, a delay chorus. I don't really like it because if I want chorus, I don't want it to be delayed. I just want chorus. Analog, slapback, lo-fi, tape, and of course the looper itself. Under the looper, you only have 20 seconds. I usually set it at about 245 on the knob, on the level knob, repeats in time all the way down. It gives a little more punch to the guitars. I'm going to start out with neck pickup, clean sound on this. Both pickups on. That's the metal pickup. That's best with chords and stuff like that, so you don't get nothing but low end. That's just the neck pickup. Bridge. So that's the clean sound with this. We go to distortion. that's the sounds that come out of this. That was mainly riffs. Let's do some solos. Messing up left and right. Damn! I haven't warmed up yet, so I'm screwing up left and right. Try right now. And yes, I know I completely just butchered that. But, as I said, I haven't warmed up yet. This is basically just a tone review. If you don't like my playing, kiss my ass. I'm not on here to show my ability of playing. I'm on here to show the tone of the guitar. So that is the EC-1000 with the James Hetfield signature set. Next up is the BC Rich Kerry King Beast V Limited Edition. As you can see on the back of the headstock, limited edition, 34 of 220 worldwide. So, and also you can always tell the higher end BC Riches by that R up top. If it says BC Rich, it's probably not going to play all that great. My first guitar was a BC Rich. It was the BC Rich Bitch. Never liked it. It was a pawn buy. It sucked. This one, it actually came with active pickups in it. Oops. It actually came with active pickups in it. The active pickups were, I guess, made up by BC Rich themselves. The pickups sucked. I played it before I picked it up. I played it through a Mesa Engineering single rectifier. Just too damn muddy. So the minute I got home, I ripped the strings off. Well, not ripped them, I took them off. And the wiring's relatively easy, but it's spread out. I mean, you got your knobs, your potentiometers and selector switch behind this one, and then you got your battery box right here, and your output right here. I don't know why they didn't just put it all down here, but you can ask Kerry King and BC Rich. I don't know. I just like the shape. It was between this and a Dean Tyrant X. The Dean Tyrant X the body was so light that it was ridiculous. So, I mean, it's like, what, you get something that light, the sustain's not going to be that great. The notes will sound good, but they won't ring off for that long. It won't have a lot of punch behind it. You'll be told this your entire life. You're going to see the quality with the amount of money that you put into it. What you spend on something is what you're going to get. You spend $300 on an instrument, it's going to be a $300 instrument. You spend $1,000 on an instrument, it's going to play like a $1,000 instrument. But this one, as soon as I got it home, I took out the BC Rich active pickups and I slapped in Kerry King's 81 here in the bridge, 85 in the neck, which is Zach Wild setup. A lot of people use that same setup. I prefer the 81 in the bridge and the 60 in the neck. The 60 has more low end. I'll show a quick tone sound of the neck. That's wet. This is dry without the delay. So there's just the 85 is just very plain sounding to me, but the EMG 81 always has come through for me. So this is the 85 on for some. That's the 81 now. Overall, the 85 sounds good as long as it's distorted. You go to clean, sounds like shit. But since this is, I do have a 60 in one of my other guitars, my MH401, I have an 81, brand new set. It came out of this guitar, so you can actually see them in the MH series. That's a ESP LTD MH401 quilted maple top. That's a 81 in the neck and a 60 in the bridge. No, 81 in the bridge, 60 in the neck, which came out of this guitar. And the ones that came out of that guitar went into this one, because I had the 81 and the 85 just sitting around, and as soon as I got this home, I was like, you know what? Let's pick up something like shit. Instead of selling them, I'm going to put them in a guitar. Overall, I am not a fan of bolt-on necks. I will go ahead and make that 100% clear, but this has a bolt-on neck, and it plays amazing. Sustain is great, but I have plans for it. I'm not going to monk up the body or the neck, but I'm going to set the neck. And it's not hard to do. Epoxy and some razors to scrape the excess epoxy off without damaging the actual finish itself. I just 4 screws holding all that tension, 250 pounds of tension. And this thing also has the stability of the tuning isn't all that great. And that's also because it has just very, very generic tuners. Looks like ones that you'd get off a Squire, but I'm going to change those out to Grovers. I just gotta save up. I want to get some locking tuners for it, and Grover locking tuners are about $70 around here. And this is Central Georgia. But overall, this is it's a very nice guitar. As you saw on the back, this is 34 of only 220 made worldwide. Not only did I install these, I also installed Dunlop strap locks. These three right here are my most prized. Not to say that I don't love those two. I play EMG, Schecter, BC Rich exclusively. It was just ESP, LTD, and Schecter only, but then I picked up it and it played amazingly, so I was like, I'll try out a BC Rich. If I don't like it, I can take it back in 14 days, get my money back, or pick out a different guitar. But overall, they play amazing. I will say this one plays better than this one, but this one has better sound than this one when it comes to my definition of tone. Oh yeah, I never added what amplifier I was using. I'm using a Randall RT50 all-tube amplifier, so I'm running a hybrid setup. I'm going from the FET solid state based to a tube amplifier, so I get the best of both worlds. I get the high searing gain of solid state, but the warmth and tonal capabilities of vacuum tubes. So, I guess that's really all there is to say. These pickups do not come stock in this guitar. Like I said, I changed them. And these pickups do not come stock in this guitar. I changed them. I guess that's it. So, got anything to say? Comments below. I know you haters, you're gonna talk shit about my butchering of Master of Puppets, but I really don't care. That's what the scroll button's for. If you don't like it, stop the video, move on to the next one. Peace.